Well, hey guys, this is D-Man. I'd also like to thank Ridge right quick for making me that little intro that was at the beginning of the video. Now, the name of this video is Christian Discrimination. Does YouTube discriminate against Christians? Well, here's an interesting little side note storyline. I got sent a video approximately on the 6th of May, which was entitled Atheism is What BS, but it was the actual words. And this was done by Browntown78912, who also apparently is an Alliance of Christ member. And the whole thing about this video is to see how long it would take before this particular video, was flagged down. Video wasn't even up 24 hours. It's just now May 7th. I just got home from work. The video went up less than 24 hours ago, and it's already been flagged down off YouTube. So we allow criticism, calling atheism BS, we allow that to be flagged down. But videos such as Penn and Teller, the Bible is BS, to stay up. And everybody wants to say how the Christians are whining, or they're wusses, or this or that. There's no such thing as persecution. You guys are the majority of the U.S. How dare you guys even begin to say how you're being persecuted against or discriminated against? It doesn't really matter that Christian accounts have been flagged down, or videos are being flagged down. And I find it really interesting that this particular video, titled Atheism is BS, swear word included in that title, by the way, was flagged down 24 hours, or actually less than 24 hours after it was put up. But yet, Penn and Teller, the Bible, they can call the Bible whatever they want, apparently that falls under free speech. But how dare a Christian say that against atheism, saying that atheism has no proof or evidence? And yes, I know, before every atheist comes to this video and says, well, proof that atheism is accurate and correct is a logical fallacy, or a red herring, or ad hominem. I really don't care. I don't really care about your guys' little cliche titles for every little argument that a Christian can throw up. That way you can just be like, well, that's this or that's that. Therefore, we can disregard anything you say. Pretty much, right at the heart of the matter there. So they can disregard anything we say. Because we, as Christians, have shifted the goalpost. They don't really understand that the goalpost wasn't shifted. It wasn't the Christians that shifted the goalpost first. Fact is, burden of proof was actually on both sides at one point. Until a bunch of atheists got together and decided that, well, you know what, actually, it is the creationists that is making a positive claim, so therefore the burden of proof should always be on them. We are not making any type of claim. Doesn't matter how many times they come to our channel to say that God doesn't exist or that we believe in a book of fairy tales. Don't have to provide any proof or evidence for that. But anything that we say against them, we're expected to bring just mountains of evidence for it. Seems like atheists want things kind of, one-sided, don't they? Because that's really what it breaks down to. And when all is said and done, at the end of the day, who is the burden of proof really on? Is the one making the positive claim, or is the one making the negative claim? Because they always want to bounce back to us and say, well, D-Man or Derek, depending on what the circumstances. If it's on YouTube, it's going to be D-Man. If it's in my personal life, it's going to be Derek. Do you believe that Zeus exists, or Thor, or the invisible pink unicorn, or the flying spaghetti monster? Do you believe in any of these things, even leprechauns? Well, no, I don't. Well, prove they don't exist. Well, one, I'm not sitting here talking about it for one. You asked me if I believe they exist. Now you're asking me to disprove them. I'm not asking you whether or not God exists. You usually come to me with that. So if you're going to come to me and make a claim that God doesn't exist, yeah, I would actually kind of like to see a little bit of evidence. Because as of right now, if I have to take a look at any type of proof or evidence of whether or not, including personal testimony, by the way, does count as evidence. I don't care if you guys want to accept it or not. Fact is, we testify that which we know and which we have seen. And you guys receive it not our testimony. And you guys try to say, well, that's hearsay. Well, you guys really need to understand what hearsay is and what a witness is. A witness that has seen any type of miracle or anything like that does kind of working as a witness. It's not hearsay because they've observed it firsthand. Hearsay is going by something that somebody else has told you and now you are repeating that same story. That is hearsay. So if you're going to do that, get it right. Also, is it up to me to disprove Thor and all of them? If you want my answer to this, prove Thor, Zeus, flying spaghetti monster, leprechauns, fairies, pixies. Prove that these things don't exist. Well, I don't believe they exist. I actually feel pretty strongly that they don't. So therefore, I don't talk about it. What an interesting concept. I don't believe in it, so therefore I don't discuss it. I find it real interesting how atheists will say, well, you see, we believe in only one less God than you. Well, if you don't believe in him, why are you spending so much of your life talking about him? I mean, if we die and we go in the dirt and we become worm food, and you're trying to convert Christianity, or I'm not, sorry, not Christianity, but Christians to atheism and away from Christianity. There's a sense of urgency there to hurry up and stop believing in God so we can go die and be in the dirt for all eternity. Wait a minute, there's really not a sense of urgency there, is there? However, as a Christian, if you die, speaking of the atheist here, if the atheist dies and they have not received Christ, they go to hell. And we're preaching Jesus Christ, who came, took their punishment on the cross, suffered more than any person on the planet within that 6 hours he was on the cross when he had the wrath of God poured out on him. Committed his spirit when he said, Father, I commend my spirit unto you. Lay dead 3 days to the power of God, raised him from the dead. As Jesus said, I have the power to lay down my life, but I have the power to take up my life. And only through him, as John 3:18 says, for those who believe are not condemned, but those who believe not are condemned already, because they have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Well, if they go to hell, yeah, there's a sense of urgency to try to reach that person. Really not a sense of urgency for the atheists to try to reach the Christian and convert them or deconvert them from Christianity. Proof of thought. So, Penn and Teller's The Bible is BS is a lot of stay up on YouTube for years on end, while a video put up by, what was this guy's name again? It is Browntown78912, who sent me that video yesterday, puts up a video that says atheism is BS and is automatically flagged up YouTube. Well, thank you, YouTube, for actually proving the Christian's point that, yes, indeed, there is Christian discrimination going on YouTube. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and watch out because you might be flagged next. Take care, guys. God bless.